My goodness. Facebook be tripping sometime. Oh well. Sorry people, I can't play the whole song. I do apologize. Checking to see if I'm in two places. Let me know if you're on YouTube or if you're on Facebook. One verse.
Hey baby,
Sing, Trey.
I'm about to be real transparent with you.
I'm gonna get in trouble,
I've
but
been waiting by this door
bam. Just to have a little conversation.
with you.
Drew,
So don't think I'm creeping.
you too, Richard. I see you over there.
I just want your name.
It's coming up. They didn't cut me yet. I'm gonna get in trouble. They're gonna flag
Maybe
me.
you can slide.
But who cares?
too.
Who really cares? It's my nephew's song.
Work in my game.
Shout out to Dr. Sandra Williams. Shout out to Trey
So baby, role play,
and the crew.
play.
You are welcome, Sylvia.
Role play.
You and Andrew, my peoples. Love y'all. To God be the glory. The best is yet to come. All right. Just a little bit of beat and then I'm coming in. Role play. I love it. A little bit of jam. Let's see that shirt. Scott, I may have to play your video, man. Dr. Hayward Hamilton, what is going on? Let's get out of here. Okay, I can't play that whole song because they will flag me. I mean, they will flag me and it's going to just get me in trouble. I got to say this because you started. So let me go in order on how this is popping off. Andrew, to the Nixon family. Listen, y'all, if you don't know about this right here, okay, and shout out to everybody who's doing t-shirts and you have your printing companies and stuff. This is not about throwing one over the other, but I'm just speaking for what I know. Press and Sew is crushing the game, okay? So their work is up top notch, okay? They take the hard work out of this stuff and the business. We talk real business. Believers in Christ. So Sylvia and Andrew, they are in the column. Y'all can side chat them, sidebar them if you want to know what's going on with Press and Sew. I just need me a little bit of something under here. If you need to know what's going on with Press and Sew, just go ahead and inbox one of them, DM them, or go to their page and just check this stuff out. I'm wearing it. I done watched this shirt right here a trillion times and it still fits. It don't itch me. I can wear it. It works, and the graphics have not come off. Okay, so people understand this. The graphics have not come off. Okay, I ironed it the whole nine. We're good to go. So that's the first thing. Richard, what's going on? I hope you had a great visit over here in this area. Sorry I didn't get around there to see you. You're near Marshall Fox, but he's got a whole family, so I don't know what's going on with him. Sylvia, we addressed you, woman of God. So listen real quick. Pastor William Scott is on here. Pastor Hayward Hamilton. Sylvia, just whisper a prayer for my two brothers. These are great men of God, great pastors, the whole nine. These are my brothers and brothers. Sylvia and Andrew, they're my sister and brother, and they down there in that good Clearwater area, state bougie area where the nice weather is. But we're all people in Christ. So, just whisper a name in prayer. It ain't got to get real deep. God bless all of us. And thank y'all for pouring into me. Y'all keep me inspired. Let's go to Stephen Parker, my man, doing a great job inspiring me with cameras and pictures and all of that stuff. And to my brother, Mr. Camera Junkie, to you and your wonderful son. Love you, man. I appreciate you. Let me back up real quick before I get to anything else. If y'all did not see Pastor William Scott's video, I'm not even going to tell you what's in it. Go to William J. Scott's page. I promise you it's got to be over 1,000 views. And I'm probably just minimizing that, saying 1,000 views. Hayward, if you did not see his post when he was preaching, you have to watch it. My wife and I must have watched it like 15 times and died laughing in the bed. I promise you. Sylvia, Andrew, y'all going to get a laugh. If you're not friends with him, You see that name in the column. His name is William J. Scott III. Go to his page. I'm saying creep on his page and look at the YouTube clip with him up. I'm not as good as Dot Rock and everybody, but I'm almost about to cue it up. It's the funniest thing I've seen, hands down. All right, I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay, moving on. So, wait a minute. Why am I doing that when I can just do this? Okay, good. So everybody can see everybody. So Scott, hey, Rob, my man Rob, love you, man. Listen, you have to see my boy William Scott's page, and you got to see his YouTube clip, man. When I say I almost I just died laughing. That's all I'm going to say. Once you all see it, if you didn't see it, I'm gonna repost it or something. It's ridiculously crazy. Okay, I just don't know what I would have did if that happened, and I'm glad he didn't see it while he was preaching. Okay, thank you, Mike, in glasses and shirt. See, you like that shirt, right? So maybe I got to get a yellow something here. I don't mind just wearing y'all gear. I don't even need no more Convos. I would like a yellow Convo shirt though. Maybe a white, I don't know, something with Convos on it to match the yellow setup, because you already got me cool with the orange. See the orange? I'm already good for the orange. I normally wear the orange, but I don't have orange glasses, but I'm cool with the yellow and gold. It's all good. Okay, you're good and humble. I can't wait for this new venture to pop off. Sylvia and Andrew, thank you, because I know y'all not gonna let me down. Okay, now, how many cameras do you have, dude? Wow. So Scott, you know what I was doing? I was seeking first the kingdom. I was in that zone. Hayward makes me talk like this. I was seeking first the kingdom, and so I was really trying to practice setup starting at home so that I can get it right in the sanctuary. And so I got carried away trying to get this stuff situated so I get it. Now, shout out to Dr. Kevin Johnson. I preached the Dare to Imagine, and they got it on point. And they made me look good, Hayward. They made me look, Hayward, you know how we look with our nice haircuts. You know what I'm saying? And our suit jackets when we had them, you know, when we geared up, Hayward, you know what I'm talking about. When we do the suit jacket with the sneakers and the jeans, you know, like that, the casual, like preaching gear. I went over there with that on, and the cameras and stuff had me looking right. So I'm good to go on that. All right. When I get my funds up, get out of here, man. Stop it. Okay. Felton, what's good, man? Felton, Felton, I apologize. The pictures that I took of everybody at the Flip It concert, they didn't come out like I wanted them to, because I had the wrong lens, wrong positioning, and the lighting just didn't work. And because I'm not as good as Stephen Parker, you know, I didn't really, you know, get it right. But they got it. So everybody look up to Parker for all that good quality stuff. Okay. Let me get this other music on. I got to keep music going in the background. Okay. So check this out. Let me move on, because there's something else I want to show y'all. So Hayward, okay, got it. And yo, Danny, you put it out there. You are right. Dude, Danny, I know you were crying, because I literally hollered when I seen his son crawl across the back of the scene. So there it is, y'all. I let it out. Pastor William Scott was in the middle of his sermon, or he's praying, and his son. But here's the thing everybody gotta understand. It's not that he just went across the screen. It's at 5K. I told you, I knew it was gonna be out of here. It's not that he just ran across the back. It's the creep that he set up. He actually, listen to what I'm telling y'all. You seen the stick come out the side first. The stick was over here. You seen the stick on the floor. Then it came back, and then it crept in, and then he made a run for it. I'm done. Let me get back to some things I want to talk about. Okay? Because this really gonna bless y'all. If you didn't see my Word on Wheels today, you want to check it out, but I'll summarize it for you. And I'm not trying to be super deep, okay? I'm not trying to be super deep. Richard, what's going on? Anthony, what's going on? Okay, listen. Pastor Person, what's going on, my bro? Doc Rock, what's going on, man? Why is KP live when we're having fun with Callie Alexander? Dude, I didn't know you guys were live. My stuff was just acting up, so I have no idea. Robert, what's going on? Corinthia, Danny is in. Dr. Danny, listen, Danny, you didn't get back to me. When I say your praise team crushed the Flip It concert, and they were behind the speakers. And so I had to say, shout out. Tamika's here. She can attest to it. I said, how about those background singers? And Tamika said, they are from Pastor Danny Sutton's church. And I asked one of your members, I said, who's your pastor? And she said, Pastor Danny Sutton. I said, tell him that his brother Keith said, y'all went in on tonight. Shout out to Tamika Furby for one of the best at the Met concerts. Okay, one of the best at the Met. Everybody went in. Scott, your brother went in. Tore the house down with some old school Baptist church. It was one of the best big concerts. And shout out to Zach Williams and One Accord, because Saturday night, geez, I'm all screwed up, was one of the best recordings I was at in a long time. Okay, it's not about it was better than another recording. It was just one of the best that I had been at in a long time. And Danny, I want to say to you, brother, thank you so much for what you've been doing and opening your doors up. And also to Prince of Peace and every church that has the ability to take people in and open their doors up and not be selfish and not do it for their own self-gain or promotion or for, flashy fame or whatever. Otis Winston is on here. Everybody, if you don't know who Otis is, this is my boy O right here. Y'all say what's up to O. You can catch him in a lot of films. He's been on Chicago PD. He's been on, he's in Venom as well. He was Independence Day. You just start naming movies. He's coming up and he's got some things I can't really talk about that he's working on. My brother and I, we met at Tennessee at our sister Jill Scott's crib, and we've been brothers ever since. So this is my dude, Otis Winston. Look up and you'll see him on some movies, some TV shows. So shout your boy out. Siobhan, yes, the backgrounds were amazing, were they not? So Danny, you understand what I'm saying? They still talking about it. Tamika, you shut it down. Exactly. That was one of the best Flip It concerts. So between Tamika and Zach, I just got to say, y'all have really blessed us. Dr. Sandra Williams is in here. I'm sorry, sis, I didn't see you at the concert, and I'll jump into this real quick. That's because I got demoted from VIP to the band corner in the cut. Amen, somebody. Okay, I got demoted. So those people who understand what I'm talking about, Pastor Keith Pelzer had a VIP seat on the front row, and then I got demoted and I got pushed to the side. So nonetheless, I became a on-the-spot photographer, and I did the best I can. And since most of my people here watching, I want to show y'all something. Here is, I'm just going to show you. This is the first picture that I got of Zach Williams right here, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, Corinthia, you're watching now. Y'all let Zach know I'm talking about him. There is one of my best pictures of Zach Williams from that night. Amen, somebody. That is Zach Williams right there. I know you can't really make it out, but that's Zach. And so that was a picture I got of Zach. It gets better. That is a picture of the choir that I got. Nice, wonderful colors and all. From my perspective, from my viewpoint, that was the best I could really do. And so it goes on. I got some little blurry shots over here. I was trying to make out getting some shots of people, and it got better. Got some folk shouting. There's Pastor Shipman. Siobhan, you see your dad back there with the nice socks on in the background over there. That was my seat. I got moved over. So where the brother is in the blue shirt over there, that's where I was. But I guess because Danny Sutton and Sandra Williams wasn't sitting next to me, I got moved and put over to the side. Nonetheless, there's our brother Michi, one of the best in the whole industry. Y'all know who he is, okay? And those are pictures that I got. Oops, we were told not to record. I'm going to move on. All right, there is Mike. That is the official photographer for the night. And so I should have actually did work with him, and I probably would have been all right. But nonetheless, moving on. Let me get y'all some better pictures. That's not a good picture. There's Michi talking to one of the writers of the songs. He was talking. Let's move on. These are the shots like, oh, there's Zach again. So there's another picture of Zach that I got. Moving on. There's Michi on the organ. Listen, understand, people. Michi took his jacket off. That is very monumental. He was suited up, but he took his jacket off and he played with his jacket off. and he had a tie on, and he had cufflinks. Everybody look at the cufflinks. Meechie had on cufflinks while he was on the organ playing. Moving on, this bass player, Chris Brittingham, is one of the craziest bass players I've heard that I didn't know. Okay, I didn't really know him. I don't know him, but now I know him, and so I didn't know. And I think he plays the guitar. Look at Meechie. That's Meechie in regular style right there, is the way that we know him. And there's Mike shooting pictures of him. Okay, Ziggy was off the chain. Okay, and shout outs to the whole band who did their job. So once again, these are my wonderful pictures from the other night. They get better. There is Tamika Furby there. She was in the VIP section. You know, I got demoted, but Tamika Furby was in the VIP section. And so I should have just said I was with Tamika, and I would have been all right. But nonetheless, that didn't happen. And this is the best I could do. Okay, brother shouting. We get to shout in our sneakers now, some Gucci's or, you know, and whatnot. Oops, violation once again. Come on, people. We got to do better than that. Desi, shout out to Desi. And to my brother James, okay. We have him and Gary Diggs. Those of you who know who Gary Diggs is. We got Gary Diggs in the house. Okay. Now, wait a minute. Somebody demoted. Listen, Danny, see, if I was with you, I wouldn't have got demoted. You understand what I'm saying? Moving on. These are pictures that I took in the hallway. Of course, Mr. Camera Junkie, as you see, I didn't have my focus on right, and I was trying to take a selfie. I didn't have my joystick with me, so that came out blurry and bad. So I turned the camera around, was taking pictures in the hallway, got this, overexposed it on Zach and James, and then we move on. There's Meechie. He's changed already. See that? That's the Meechie that we know. And shout out to everybody. We're wearing hats in church now, and it's a normality. Moving on. Bass player once again. There. See, that was not done with the DSLR camera. That was just a cell phone camera because I couldn't get my phone right. My camera right, so I took that picture. There's my boy Ziggy. Look at little nephew going in, crushing it. Shout outs to my other nephew, Trey, who was there to support him. Rob the business. I see you in the house. Sir, I'm glad I was able to take a picture with you and Biz and Riz together. So, Britt, you already knew that Britt is a beast, Hayward. Okay, I didn't know. I'm late to the game, okay? Bass player is fired. Tamika, I'm not sure if you know him. I didn't know him, but I'm late to the game. Let's go on. Pictures get better, right? I need everybody real quick. What is the caption for this right here? What do you think Chico was actually saying to Meechie in this moment? If you have a chance, just go ahead. You know Chico, you know Meechie. What do you think that conversation was about? Okay, I'm not going to hold y'all. We're not even going to leave it there. Let's move on. Okay, so there's Mike taking pictures of Ziggy once again. Hey, there's another picture of Zach. Look at that. Everybody, let's do a hand clap for the best pictures I could take of Zach. Blurry once again. Y'all know Zach has to forgive me for doing this, but I wasn't supposed to be a photographer. Now, Burroughs, my man, look at this hat and look where his hand is at, right in the air. And that is because Courtney Daniels made him move like that because her singing was so phenomenal and off the chain. I need that song like yesterday, Meechie. Wait a minute. Hayward, were you at the concert? Were you at the recording too? I miss Hayward and Dr. Sandra Williams at the concert. I'm done. That song that Meechie sang was absolute fire. Okay, I'm going to jump back in the picture, but look at this. There he is. None other than James Burrow. And two, look at this. Courtney over there singing. See that? Look at this. Director shot. I try to do my best, people. I try to do my best. Almost done. Now, shout out to my brother Jay. He played like he went ham on that organ. To the quiet Kaiser Sose players like Jay and Darian. Okay, love them. Okay, I was hurt. Okay, I was at my 25th high school reunion. That's right, Hayward. I saw you all GQ'd up in that. Wait, let me pause real quick. You guys see my face, Hayward. I saw you GQ'd up for that class reunion. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, back to the pictures. She killed it, didn't she, Tamika? She went in. Okay, She went in. Now y'all help me out. Did this brother like so here's what I'm going to say. Hey, well, you got to understand this. On the song that Jackie wrote, understand there's a part in there that was so stupid. The footwork of this guy, the footwork was phenomenal and amazing. Okay. I really wish that I was disobedient and recorded that. So we can't wait. Everybody wake Zach up and tell him we can't wait for this project to come out. I just need to hear the footwork on the change in that song. I can't even explain it. Those sneakers were going. And so I'll show you his sneakers. Okay. It was going so well that I just had to to go on the sneakers. So there he is. And look, Austin Woodland, got a shot of Austin. Okay. Keisha, what's going on? Watching while I'm packing my suitcase for flight to Africa. Listen, be safe in the African streets now. I only been to South Africa. And so yeah, I've been to Pretoria and the southern part of Africa. So you be careful down there. Jay Morris once again, C Choir getting it in. They got dismantled on that song. There he is. See, it was the sneakers in this whole picture, and that's what made everything work. It was the sneakers. Once again, our bass player just crushing it. Wait, your page. Okay, so y'all check it out. Look at these sneakers. I think drummers just play better in sneakers and not church shoes. Anybody else agree with me? Tamika, you agree with me? I think church musicians play good in sneakers. Now, for those of you who don't know, the face on Chris right now was all because Jay wouldn't stop tuning up the speaker on the mic at the moment. And they kept trying to set it off. Juan, listen, they kept trying to set off a shout and the musicians were trying to stop it, but Jay kept going. And that's what happened. Okay. Now, there's Ziggy. Once again, he crushed. Look at the face on Rakim. He's like, yeah, boy. Okay. Because Ziggy was literally going in. And so shout outs to this 11-year-old. Look, caption this right here. Shout outs to the 11-year-old who was crushing it on his debut at a concert. He just totally went in. And, you know, you got to give him credit for it. The kid really did he did his thing. Okay. And thank you, Zach, for giving him a chance. Darian Brister. What can we say about this guy? Keys and all. I mean, hands on the keys and keys on his waist. Crushing it. Okay. Okay. So, and there's the list of songs that they did. There's Zig, and I'm almost done. Okay. Let me, this is my favorite shout out of everything right here. Boom. That is the lens of life. I love this lens. And we're going to talk about a little bit of vision for tomorrow. Okay. First lady, what is going on, sis? Listen, is your husband still mad with me or are we good? Let me know that he ain't hunting me down and hurt me, okay? Because, yeah, it was a whole problem. Now, shout outs to my little nieces over there in the corner in the cut were working. This was cleanup time. And this hat right here that PJ had on was just off the chain. Loved it. I wanted it, but I don't think I look good in it. Jackie Cordry, her song, beautiful. Look at my girls. To these girls, y'all did y'all thing. The work that y'all did was just absolutely phenomenal. And so I'm done with the pictures because I don't know what else is coming up. I might got some personal stuff I don't need for y'all to see. But I got to say this. So today I pulled over on my bike because I had to say a word, okay? And it's relevant and it's practical. And so this is my gift. This is a calling of practicality. Okay. We have enough people in clergy and that are called that can go, they have their special gifts and their callings and going in. But listen, so I have to give what I can. And I think this is really going to help somebody. It's a diverse amount of people that's on here, but here's what I have that can really help somebody. And so, yes, the bridge makes me preach. It's something about when I ride across that bridge, and everybody should have a space or somewhere in your daily travels that brings about illumination to you. It should just pop something and make you think. You don't just wait till you get to church and say, oh, when I think of the goodness of Jesus and all he done for me, and then you just start running. There should be a still moment of hearing God that causes you to pause. And we're in this moment where we can record it. We can have the conversation. And that is a big part of evangelism, because you reach people that would normally run from you. There are a lot of people that we try to reach, but they're going to run from us because we look like church. We talk like church. You can't get me to stop talking like church. I'm going to talk church because I'm a church pew baby. But there's a practical side to me that, like a Tootsie Roll, everything I think I see becomes a Tootsie Roll to me. There's preaching in a lot of stuff that we do. And so you can't get away from it when it's in you. And so that goes into what I said on my live today. And the healing word I have for somebody tonight is like God extended it in me, and I had to tell y'all this, okay? If you have any tech questions while this is going on, you can put them in the column or you can inbox me and I'll give them to you. But this is the talk moment real quick. And the talk moment is this. And I had to write this down. Often we talk about storms that come in our lives, right? And sometimes we talk about the circumstances, the storms, the circumstances, but a lot of times we are talking about people, okay? We don't like to say it, but we start talking about storms all the time. James Scott, I see you. What's going on, bro? We talk about storms, but a lot of times when we talk about storms in our lives, we're sometimes talking about people's attitudes towards us and how people have hurt us, how people have lied on us, have stabbed us in the back. I mean, messed us up. I got preacher friends on here right now that understands how people can really throw you under the bus, how they can make your life hard. I don't care how strong you are. But here's a word of healing and help. So today what I talked about was the fact that I literally only wear two things when I go out in the cold. I will go all the way down to almost 25 degrees. And people will ask me, man, it's too cold out there to ride. But see, I want to tell you something. Like my bike riding, I'm like that with faith. Or so like my faith, I'm like that with bike riding. It's called in season and out of season. So technically for the believer, Christianity doesn't go out of season. You go through seasons. You don't go out of seasons. You go through seasons, or you're always going into the next season, which means if you're always going into, you kind of come out of summer and into the fall, but you're always in some kind of season. So you're always going in, and that is more important than what you coming out of, in a sense. Okay, we're not talking about bondage here. We just talking about seasons. And when you start to understand seasons, what starts to happen is this. You have to figure out, how can I maintain work in all seasons? Okay, now for bikers, there's something simple. And what we call it for bikers, we just say, oh, you can go in an indoor trainer. Got it. Indoor trainer is good. I like indoor trainers. But sometimes I need the outside, because when you just blowing a fan in your face to stay cool, that gets boring. And inside, on the inside trainer, you're not covering, hear what I'm saying? You're not covering ground if you just staying in one place indoors. You're getting a workout, but you're not covering any grounds. And if your excuse is the weather outside, understand there's gear made for the weather that's not normal, okay? The not normal is something that's not comfortable, but you're still able to go through it and in it and work in it. And so when you get in that environment, I'm able to take what they call a base layer. That is one of the most important pieces of gear that you can wear in the cold. Now, here's a quick other sneaker preach. You also are best to have a base layer even in the hot summertime to separate your outer shell from your skin, because the heat can get so intense. The base layer serves as something that works in the cold and in the heat. And it's made out of basically the same material, which is merino wool. The merino wool is something that's soft against your skin. It doesn't irritate your skin, and it pulls the sweat off of your skin and allows it to evaporate off on the outside, but it keeps you right connected to you on the inside. And so the whole preach on that bridge was about how the base layer is so important, and then you have your covering. Shout out to all my buddies on here, all my pastor buddies on here. we are called to cover so many people, but sometimes the covering gets hard and people's problems are what's underneath the covering. And so if we're covering what's underneath, that's what we got to check. What is your base layer like? So everybody that's watching now, just understand and say, I got to make sure my base layer is right. Because if my base layer ain't right, I can't really keep asking people to cover me if my base layer is off. And so if I get my base layer right, then I can look for covering. And then the covering is something that helps you to keep the warmth on the inside. It keeps you grounded. It keeps you shielded so that the environment inside of the coat. Now, here's what happened. The jacket that I wear, there's an environment that's created inside because of the covering. If you don't have a covering, you can't create the environment. Hear what I just said. If there's no covering, then you can't maintain and create environment. If you don't have environment, then you're exposed to the cold. And if you just try to do a covering and you go out into the cold, when you start to sweat from the work on the inside, it'll wet the outside and it'll be useless in the environment that you're in. And so here's the thing about circumstances and people. When you think about weather, here's what God just dropped on me. I got to get this to y'all, and I promise you I'm going to leave everybody alone. You actually have to learn to treat people like weather. Okay, this is real crazy, but I promise you, it sometimes disturbs me when there's too many posts about attacks and not enough about victory. Okay? It's okay to talk about attacks. It's okay to express. We all have relationships where we can express, yes, I'm hurt. Yes, it hurts. But we also have to train ourselves to understand to treat friends like weather. Now watch this here. You're going to think it sounds bad, but I'm going to show you where it sounds good. When I'm riding in the fall and in the winter, the wind has a tendency to really pick up. I can leave out of my house and ride down to Manayunk from Phoenixville, and I'll have a great ride and I'm going. And I realized I got to Phoenix from Phoenixville to Manayunk faster than I normally would. But it's at that point when I turn around that I realized it was because the wind was on my back. Now, on the flip side, when it's time for me to go back home, the wind that pushed me down and helped me is the wind that's against me now. Now, here's the thing. The wind that's against me actually is doing me some kind of good. Because in order to pedal into it, I have to use more power to get back home. Don't miss that. I actually have to use more power to get back home. When people have your back, a lot of times, there's so much pushing that you never work the muscles in your legs because you're getting so much help. But it's not until there's a resistance that happens that helps you to get stronger. And so at the end of the day, my friends in the biking community, they'll look at how much power did you exert when you did your ride. Hear what I'm about to tell you. They'll look at how much power, because we look at your ride and say, oh, okay, that's cool. You did 40 miles, but it's like, yeah, you only use about 150 watts. But see, if you don't have no wind in your life, if you don't have no resistance in your life, you're not actually going to get stronger. So in a sense, you can thank God in all things. You don't have to emphasize the wind on the way back, nor do you have to give too much credit on the wind going down. But at the end of the day, you can, in all things, you can give thanks. So now you thank God for the whole journey rather than emphasize the help on the way down and the resistance on the way back. Because here's the thing, people that know, they can see that, yes, it took you 30 minutes to get to Philly, but it took you 50 minutes to get back. Why did it take you longer? Because the wind was against you. Now, here's another thing that happens. You actually have to hold on tighter when it's windy, because when it's windy, the wind will start to knock you on either side. And here's what the word says. You are trouble on every side, but there's a conjunction with that. And so with that conjunction, you are also intelligent enough to hold on. It's a natural thing. And so when the wind starts whipping, you hold on and you don't just let it float. But when you pedal, you put more power into it. And here's another thing. Because you have gears on the bike, you are able to shift into the resistance. Listen again. You're able to shift into the resistance that's coming at you. And so when we ride, you can be in a gear and just look at God. Watch this here. On the bike, y'all gonna hurt me for this. Listen, you actually have this bike here, right? And you can sit there and you can pedal. Now, this right here is a single speed bike. And that's what's wrong with most believers. You riding on a single speed. But see, those people that have that upgrade in their life, you have gears on there so you can shift into the resistance. So whatever the resistance is that you're dealing with, you have the ability to shift into an easier gear. Now, here's the thing. In order to go uphill, you want to take and get out of the big gear. In order to get uphill, you have to take the front and drop the front to a smaller gear, right? And the back has to get bigger. This going to preach real quick. I got to sneak one in here, Danny. Listen to this. When you are going uphill, the ones in the front have to be in the small ring. The small ring has to be in the front. We have a 50 and 34. I ride a 50 and 34 in the front. So you have to put it down to the 34, and then you have to put it in a big ring in the back. So sometimes when you go uphill, the back got to stand up bigger than the front to get up the hill. And then when you're going downhill, the front, in order to gain momentum, the front has to get bigger and the back got to decrease. This ought to help some ministries. This ought to help some people, some homes, some husbands, some wives, that in order to work together, there's gears that are equal here. But then sometimes somebody's got to be the bigger person and the other person got to decrease depending on whatever you're facing to get into the wind and get up and down hills. Okay. So the thing that I wanted to say about the weather is also this. Rain is a bad thing in some instances, but rain is also good. Okay, so we don't really like the rain if we have a wedding outside. The rain is bad for that occasion. But if we're trying to get our garden right, we need the rain to come, and we like the rain. Winter, the snow is terrible if you're trying to get to work or you're trying to travel somewhere and the roads are bad. But it's also good to play in the winter wonderland. Heat is bad sometimes, but sometimes it's good if you want to be out on the beach. And if we start to treat relationships like weather, they come and they go, and you learn how to make the best out of it. And so when you deal with people that's like rain, there's a time to stand in it and there's a time to just put the umbrella up. When you deal with people like bad snow, there's a time to either sit inside or go out and put your snow boots on and keep on trekking. And I'm telling y'all, this is a personal testimony of mine. I've had people turn their backs on me, and it almost ran me into a state of some kind of mental depression. And I said, the devil is a lie, and that is not going to happen. So what did I do? I learned how to shift, and I learned how not to complain about the weather because God built this for all seasons. One last thing, back in the day, when wintertime came up, Daddy used to do something like this. Daddy used to put snow tires on, and he would put chains on the tire and change them. And you had 4 tires sitting in the garage because they're called snow tires. Then when the winter's over, you put the regular tires back on. Okay. Now listen closely. We are called to be all weather people, which means when you buy cars now, they have tires on it called all weather tires, all season tires. What that means is when the weather changes, you don't have to put the car in the air, take everything off and put something back on. You can keep going because it's already built for what you're going into. I'm done when I tell you that. Forecast. Here's my close. Forecast. When you deal with weather, it's called forecast. So you look at the weather forecast. What the forecast does is it tells you what's ahead. So when you think about forecasting, that should relate us to casting our cares on him who is able. When we learn to do that, you have to put it into practice. You have to believe that God is in control. And so when you do that, your forecast for whatever the weather is ahead of you, you understand the warning. I told y'all on the earlier live, the warning and your win. Whatever the win is of the warning, there's work to be done in between. And in order to do that, you have to look at your forecast, and you have to, before everything happens, you got to cast your cares. And so when you think about forecasting, put it out there and put the forecast into place, and you'll be all right. So thank you so much, everybody. I'm sorry there's people on here, and I got my YouTube side looking here. I am sneaking to preach. Shout out to all my pastor people, male, female, whoever you are on here. I love y'all. I salute y'all. Thank y'all for the encouragement. There's so many to name, but y'all all know it ain't, you know who you are as one person, all y'all. If you hear me talking, you know I'm talking about you as well. Thank you, because without y'all, I really couldn't make it. So my real folks, I thank y'all for being who y'all are. Thank y'all for being the brothers and sisters you've always been, and I know you're going to be, because it helped me to not go off the edge. And listen, I practice what I preach, and I preach what I practice. And so I'm not going live saying this because I'm trying to get there. I am in process of it. But as Paul would say, as I have experienced, okay, as I've been through this stuff. And so I'm able to testify about it because I've tried it. This ain't some sweet potato pie I'm telling you is good and I ain't had a taste of it. No, I taste this. I approve this message. It works. So learn the forecast, learn to shift into your storms, and understand, make sure your base layer is right. If your base ain't right, the covering ain't really going to help you. Okay. So, General Mike, let's get y'all on the screen. Let's see what we're talking about here. So, Gen Mike, what's going on? Now, the mic all yellow. I just came from the Elgato Wave Arm LP video. Okay, good. I'm glad you came from it. I hope you liked it. I hope you subscribed, man. I appreciate it. So there's another video that I wrapped this mic. Okay, so I didn't like it the way it was, and so I wrapped it. And this one is wrapped too. There's an orange one. I had a gold one, but I took that off because I was practicing to see how it worked. Zach, I hit you with a link, man, so we could talk about these pictures. Shout out to my boy Zach Williams. I hope you like the latest post I put up of you, man. And I hope it really helped. Diana Gladney, where you at, girl? Are you? You know I gotta pay Diana to come on the live, or else she won't just come holler at me. So let me know if you up. I'll pop a link if you in there, if you want to add to it. Listen, Diana Gladney says she's not a preacher, but I promise you she is a preacher. This woman preaches, and she claims she's not a preacher, but she's a pew baby like us, like straight up pew baby. Hayward, she's a pew baby, and this girl got word up in her. She act like she don't, but she do. Okay, I saw somebody else mention something. Okay, I'm just making sure. Okay, will you describe or do a video on your audio editing process and plugins? I got you. Culture Punch, I got you. I will do that probably tomorrow. Tomorrow night I'm gonna do it, and I'll just show you real quick my screen so you can see what's going on here. I don't have no problem showing y'all this. Over here in this bottom corner, over this side here, this is my setup over here, and that's what the mic is coming through. It is on an Apollo 4, and I also have an Apollo 2 on the other side, and so that's basically what I use as far as audio processing gear. Terry Oatman, my man. Terry, what's going on, bro? So I have that as the audio gear. I normally use a different mic, but I like these for broadcasting mics. So if you need any information on that, Culture Punch, just let me know. And my last video, the video I did before this, I actually did a whole video switching the mics and showing the chain of how I do the audio. So my mic is a little hot right now. I'm doing some more tweaking on it, but that's I hope that helps. Okay. People, I'm gonna get off. I'm not gonna hold y'all. Not unless Zach want to lay me out. I did Zach real wrong. You did let me check. Okay. I never got it, bro. Wait a minute. You didn't get it? Okay, wait. Zach didn't get the link. Zach, are you ready to jump in there? Because if you are, I mean, I get the link for you, bro. Okay, it says, okay, so it wouldn't pop through. Okay, I think it might pop through now. So I'll try it again, Zach, and see if it works. So we on here having fun, y'all. Hey, Danny, Terry, Hayward, all of y'all, like y'all might have to just come up here and we just gotta rap, like seriously, like and do like a table talk or something like that. I think it'll be like helpful where people can just really ask questions, because we're practical guys. You understand what I'm saying? And everybody, if you don't watch these guys on Sundays, just go to the page, listen to what God gives them. I promise you're gonna be blessed. I think it's really gonna work. Diana, what's up? You going to bed? Okay. First time when you're live. Zizar, Con Z. First time when you're live, man. Thank you for joining on the live. Just so you know, I'm a songwriter, producer, pastor, believer, all of that stuff. Crazy guy, crazy husband, cool dad, the whole nine. I was just kind of on my spiritual like pop off vibe tonight. Most of my videos, you'll see them. I'm on my tech and stuff. But I like to inspire people. And so I'm glad you're enjoying everything on here. But I can answer these questions because James Hicks, what's up, man? To everybody, I'm going to be on James Hicks YouTube soon. Okay. I'm going to be on there. So studio wise, people, I don't mind showing a couple of things here. So what I do is I use a slider, a jib. I set this. Can I get my short MV7 wrap? You don't need to wrap it, Markeith. You don't need to wrap it. All you have to do is go to colorware.com. I'll actually show you. Wait a minute. Okay, so Restream won't let me type. So I'll type it in here. You want to go to colorware.com. Colorware, you can actually make the mic. Okay. And if you like, you can see it exactly how it is. So I'll show you a custom one that I have. Let me show you over here. This is custom. I'll zoom it over here. So excuse the distortion here. All right, that mic right there, that is a custom MV7, Markeith. And anybody that wants that one right there is from Colorware. All you do is just pick your colors, the yoke right here. You pick the yoke, okay. You pick the ring on here, and then you pick the color there. They make the mic and they send it to you. I definitely would suggest that you get an MV7, not the MV7X. Don't get the X because you want the USB extra, okay? And so, Zach, I got to get you that link. All right, let me pop that link to you. Hang on. Okay, so Zizar Con Z. What's this plugin? Okay, if you're talking about the microphone, okay, you have 3 mics, yeah. So I'll show it to you. So this is the main mic for recording. I do music recording. That's this mic, and when I do my Sunday broadcast, like sermons or talks or something like that, I use this mic here. It's a condenser mic called a Townsend Lab mic. These two are just SM7Bs, and that one over there is an MV7. That one pretty much, I have it tweaked to sound just like these mics, except it's not these mics. To me, it sounds pretty much close, okay? It sounds pretty much close. Let me get some links in the column for you folks. I'm going to put it, so Zizar, you are on the YouTube side. Let me catch you on the YouTube side, and I don't know if Diane is still around and can put the link in there. So let me go to YouTube side. I'm just going to the live, and I will get, oh wow, it's only 7 people on YouTube. Hey, wait a minute. It's 20 people over here. That means at least 13 people have not subscribed to YouTube. Go to YouTube, hit the subscribe button. It's www.theconvos.live, and go to the YouTube and subscribe. It's a better picture over there, okay? It should be up in 4K over there. It's a much better picture. So right now I'm putting in the column the colorware. Markeith, Markeith, where you at? Oh, you on Facebook. Markeith, go to YouTube, man. www.colorware, okay, WARE.com. It's worth the money if you ask me. It's well worth the money. It's not like an arm and a leg. It's worth the money to get the mic, and you can, there it is. It should be up in the column. Y'all can see it right here in the comment section. There it is. Okay, you from Mexico. Oh my goodness. How do you feel about Facebook trying to take over the religious experience? You know, I'm not sure. Generic Mike. It's not bothering me yet. I haven't really, I don't do too many sermons on it. I'm pretty much in-house with the sermons, so I haven't really like jumped into it to find out, you know, the discrepancies of what's going on. So I don't know if it's a positive thing or a negative thing. Yeah, some of these messages, they're getting cut. I don't know. And with this whole metaverse thing going on, I don't know where it's going. I just like getting live. I love people, and I just talk to people and talk tech, you know? Let me make sure this link works. People. So, Zach, it is not coming through for you, Zach. I apologize. I got to figure out what the problem is on it. Yeah, I got to do something to get the link right. But nonetheless, colorware.com is okay, wait, I'm just catching. Do you collab with any other pastors we can follow? Oh, definitely Culture Punch. All these, so on the Facebook side is where all the pastors are. So if you look on here, I can show you on here, and you'll see some of the people that I'm tight with. Like these are all my boys on here. So Zach is choir director. Sylvia's a pastor. I'll just say that. Pastor Danny Sutton. See that guy? These handsome gentlemen on here. This is Pastor Danny Sutton, Pastor Hayward Hamilton. Mercedes, what's going on, girl? Good to see you. And there's many more in the column that on the Facebook side, but then on the YouTube side, hopefully I can get people to come over to this YouTube side. Okay. Now, Markeith, so I already have an MV7. Yikes. Okay. So order another one. If you want color. Now, here's the thing. Let me say this, Markeith. Be careful. This is the Keith Pelzer talk. Diane, if you're still here, you know what I'm about to do. If you, Zach, I got a picture for you too. So Markeith, listen to this. If you're not going to show the microphone in your camera shot, and it's pretty much like you're going to do something like this and the mic's going to be down here, why waste the money to like, ooh, look at my color mic? Not unless you're having people over or you're going to do a wider shot, you know, open this back up. Not unless you're going to do a wider shot where you see it. Now, here's what I noticed. Now, notice I got yellow cord here too, because that's aesthetics. You know, that's intentional to do that. Got an orange cord over here on this mic over here. That's intentional doing that. There's a white cord on that mic over there. It's intentional. Even wrapping the back of this right here, it's intentional to do that. But that's only if you're going to do those things and show them in the shot. If you're not showing them in the shot, don't waste the money and do it. I mean, just, you're better off to put it into your audio and get your gear right. Okay. That's the better way to, you know, spend your money if that's what you want to do. All right. Cause nobody really, I do crazy stuff like that and get the glasses to match and all of that other stuff because that's what I do. Okay. There was I want to custom my SM7B. So there's a video, Zizar Khan Z. There's a video that I have, if you go to my page on YouTube, where I actually wrap the mics. So here's a picture. If you missed the intro, these are the microphones right here. Okay. And so I have a whole video and it looks like this, and it's where I wrap the microphones at. Okay. Just so you know, I wrap the microphones and I show you how I wrap the microphones. So it's really kind of like putting window tint on. You wrap it, but I got the paper from Etsy, and I just didn't get into the business of doing it for everybody because I don't know. I got too many things to do. But I thought about trying to wrap it. I was thinking about getting with a 3D printer, and so they could do it. I talked to Colorware to say, hey, do it. They just won't do it. They're only going to do the MV7. So Marquise, you're in luck. They're only going to do the MV7, and you know, that's it. I just think that a custom SM7B looks better. Okay. Now I'll give you a close up on this. This is an iridescent look that it has. Here it is. See that? Pull this closer. There. So it has like a little bit of purple on there. If you see. So depending on the light, if I cover this, see, you can see the purple popping off of it. To get that look. I think it's great because you can customize your look, and then you can just look a little bit different. So fellas, it's kind of like, it's like us with our suit jackets. You know, everybody, you go to a concert, everybody's going to have a suit jacket on something. So you kind of like, how am I going to look different? That's all it is. Okay. Hopefully that's the tech thing. I'm not going to get too techy tonight, but if you have any other questions, I'll gladly answer them. And so I went to Etsy looking for that Tom Buck blue from your other video. If you can link it, that would be dope. Culture Punch, I got you. So let me find out where I went on Etsy. Wait a minute. What is my wife talking about? I can't hear you in your live. What is she talking about? I love my wife. She just like texts me out of the clear blue. She sits in the bed and watches the live. She says, I can't see you in here. Okay. So you went to Tom Buck's. So on Etsy, the paper that I got, I'm just going to find a receipt from it. Etsy, let's go. All right, hang on. Just give me 1 second, Culture. So cart, no, not cart. It is you, and then purchases and reviews. Got it. Okay, it's My Vinny Circle. Okay, that's where it's from. It's My Vinny Circle. Let me get a cord so you can see this. Okay. Hang on. It is called My Vinny Circle. You know what? Here, I'll just do the overhead and pull this down. So let's go. Okay. So right here, it's My Vinny Circle, and it cost me $26. All right. And so it's opal, and that is the wrapping paper that I use. Now you might be able to get something cheaper. So there it is. There it is. My Vinny Circle, and it's opal. So I hope that helps. I just don't have all my stuff hooked up to show you. That is a little peep at the thing that I have over the other side with the iMac on it, and that is called Solutions for Life. Is a custom guy over in Ukraine. He makes this stuff, and it's, when I say it's fire, check it out. It's that whole contraption over there, and so it has tiers on it, and you stand it up like a desk, and that's what I got my stand-up thing on. So do you use the ATEM Pro for Blackmagic or Blackmagic? I think that's what you said. I don't use either. I have a Rodecaster Pro, but I stopped using it because it was unnecessary for me. A lot of people, they abide by it. I think it's great. I think it's simple for a lot of people. I just told one of my cousins to get one, but for me, I'm a producer, songwriter and stuff, so I need more versatile. I don't even want to get in trouble saying this. It's not necessarily higher tech equipment, but specific for what I'm doing. If you're just podcasting, going live, a Rodecaster Pro is perfect. I think it's one of the best, simplest, no-brainer machines. And shout outs to my girl Diana Gladney, Doc Rock. They can show you exactly how to get them things right. They have a plethora of videos on it. Tom Buck has a dozen videos on stuff like that that you can use. Most people aren't going to have a review or anything on an Apollo because that's going to be more so for music people. Because I use it for music, it just kind of gives me an advantage for audio with this. As far as your question on the ATEM Pro or Blackmagic, I just use Camlinks and Ecamm. So it's Camlinks and Ecamm. That is it. And powered hubs. Actually, my hubs aren't even powered. And I just got all the cameras plugged into them, and I just pop them around the room and just switch cameras. So that's what we're using here. What else? Oh, you like the custom mic. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. I took the time to do the work because I just wanted to be unique and I wanted to try something. And so that's what I did. So you like using wraparound items with glasses, because I was looking into the JVC Drop FDX, which fit more like standard in ears. Okay, so this right here, I'm actually using, these are the Shure 215s. SE215s, and shout out to Kurt Nugent. He was talking about them today on his Amazon Live, so I don't know the extent of what he was talking about, but these are great. I have some professional headphones over here that I only use when I'm doing mixing and stuff. Okay, so these guys over here on the wall, I use them for mixing, and I have some 7506s, Sennheiser, the DT770s over here. I use them if I'm working on projects or something, but just to do these lives, I ended up finding out that the Shure 215s, they're great, but I normally use the MMEs or the KZ Pros. They're phenomenal, like real simple. And the over the ear and putting it into your neck. So I have like a tie here just to put it here to just keep them here and keep it tight around your neck. And it feels good when you're talking into the mic because you can hear yourself. You can feel the bass right through your neck, and you can hear how you got your mic tweaked. You can hear the music and everything, and it's just kind of like, it's simple. And I don't like having cans over my ears doing lives. I started out like that, but then it got boring. So it was just like, it gets sweaty and whatever. And this is just more of a streamlined look rather than have to put the cans over top of your head. So yeah, so I hope that answers the question. Talked about my bougie mic. Yes. So Zach has one of the hottest like mics without having to wrap it. It looks dope. Check his live out, his YouTube, subscribe to his page and whatnot. It's phenomenal. So once I get my link right, me and Zach will be on here teaming it up. And so generic mic, okay, I stick with solid state Logic for my audio interface. I am with you on that. See, that's that pro audio stuff. All of that stuff to me works, and I think it's a great advantage for your lives if you know what you're doing with it. So yes, solid state Logic, I agree with you 100% on that. I just don't happen to have that, and I didn't invest in that line, but solid state Logic is the bomb. Are there any other tech questions? If there is, like, go ahead, shoot them at me. I'm on here. I'm trying not to go back to church. I'm gonna stay out of it for a minute. I was really doing mostly tech, but if you guys have any other questions, let me know. All right. Nice to hang with y'all. Have a good night, everyone. Yep, Richard, I'm about to sign off myself. But listen, I want everybody to do me a favor. Check it out. If you have not hit the subscribe button, go to the Convos on YouTube. Hit subscribe. If I'm right about it, I think, let me see if the stream is in 4K. You listen, people, the shift towards where we're going future-wise, the quality that you were getting on cable. I mean, look, people are doing this on their YouTubes and stuff. People are investing like that. Everything from sacred to secular. Okay, you just upgrade. We spend money on everything else. Let's go. So the stream is in 1440p. Got you. It should be 4K, but if it's not, I'll figure out what I did wrong so I can get it up in the 4K. You're right. Okay. All right. And then also make sure you hit the like button. So I'm not begging, I'm just asking, hit the like button, hit the subscribe. It's December coming up, and so I'll be more live and doing this stuff. There's a lot we're going to talk about. I think for my Vlogmas, a lot of people are doing Vlogmas. What I'm going to do for Vlogmas is something crazy, like maybe break down each piece of stuff, and it never gets tired. So everything from the cheapest camera to the most expensive camera in the room. This thing over here you see moving, that is the jib that's moving around. It's back here now, but she should be moving. Okay, yeah, there she is. She's moving. And so we could talk about stuff like it's funny. I watched Nick Nimmin today, and I love him. Okay, real dope guy. And I realized, I was like, oh, he does the camera switching too, because you know, I thought it was like overdoing it, but it's not. I'm gonna tell you why. When you take the time to set your room up and you get it right, it's one thing to show it off, but it's another thing to just bring people in on the total you. Like, these words mean something behind me. You know, my wife got this for my 50th birthday party. Shout out to Leon. She had Leon make this with his people in Canada, and it's the Convos Lounge. I'm a coffee maker. I make coffee all the time. That's a piano there. I'm a keyboard player. Up over here is the word blessed. Wait, over here is the word blessed. Laughter. I'm a funny guy. You have laughter there. There's like a moon thing over here. That's a regular hue light. It's a moon, and there's a mic up there. Okay, here are my plaques on the wall from the music accomplishments that I have. Just a few of them. There's Music Soul Child, Jill Scott. Music Soul Child, Will Smith, Flowetry. There's a piece of art on this wall that's so wonderful. Wrong camera. This piece of art over here behind this light, that is a wonderful picture of flames on a mannequin. And that is Alice Morrison, who, a friend of mine that I met, she was in audio and I was helping her out, and she gave me her story about having a life threatening accident where she basically just knew she was dead. She knew she was going to die. She had a head-on collision. Someone came in the wrong lane, had a head-on collision, and the car crashed. And the car literally like blew up. She was in it, and the fire was coming at her. And she said the last thing she saw in that car was flames reaching her face. And she got burned over the majority of her body and everything. And it took a while for her to recover. She said the pain was so excruciating. There was a moment where she really wished that she never came out of that car alive. But a veteran got her out of the car, ex-military, went in the fire and got her out of there. And so she's an artist. And so she does paintings with flames in there for her healing. And so she blessed me with that piece of art. And so why wouldn't I have a camera shot to show that piece of art? I got to highlight it more. I used to have it on the other wall, but that's it. And so when you get these room shots, you're basically like, you see love down here. That's the reason. The headphones on the wall. I'm a gamer. That's a game box from an old game that I used to play. There's a little dome back there, represent the moon. And so these things all matter, okay? The stand-up station over here that you see, the stand-up station is for a reason. So I do certain lives that you can view me from a different angle. And so matter of fact, that camera is actually, is it on? No. Oh, maybe it's on. Is it trying to do? Okay, there it is. So if I was standing over here, that would be my stand up to show everything from this angle. And so that camera actually highlights the picture over here when I'm doing live from that angle. And as you see, that's the Colorware mic over there. So if I'm standing up talking, I can stand up and tell stories. So then you get to see Jill's face better over here. You see the Fearless Dream. I personally made this piece of wood back here. You see the mic sitting up in the corner. And this is just being creative to tell your story. Okay? Everybody has a story of some sort. And a lot of times, yes, it's cool to just go live, but like set the scene up. This is actually intentional and is spiritual about me. So I use an acronym of CLEAR. So it's like, camera, lights. I use Ecamm to broadcast, audio, and then it's ready to go live and record. And what I'm learning now is even like YouTube is like an encyclopedia place. The stuff that we put up, people are going to rewatch it. They're going to look at it. If they just see you, they'll listen because they saw. And so I'm going to say something that's real profound. We have this saying that says faith cometh by hearing. But in this digital age that we're in, people, a lot of times they do hear by what they see. Now, Potato Jet was on, and I like something that he was testing out the DJI mic and testing out the go-to mics. And he mentioned about your video can be bad, but long as your audio is on point, people will pay attention to you. And I look at that and I mix those two together and say, we can also still argue that people hear by what they see. That's why thumbnails are so important. Not because people hear the audio in the thumbnail, but the thumbnail is the candy that's going to get people to push in. So if they see a dope thumbnail, that's going to make them push the button. Then the audio is important, because if they can't hear what you're saying or your audio is not clear enough, then it's a problem. And all of these things are iterations, and it's intentionality to put together for your audience. Okay, I'm going somewhere else again, but it's for your audience. I like having fun, so I had to get back to what works for me. I love people, and I like connecting with people, and I'm an artist. I'm a creative, and so you do what works for you, okay? And that's what's really going to help you, because when you start to put it together, if you try to do what everybody else does, find out what's unique about what everybody's doing. But don't try to do everything that everybody else is doing just to do it. Find out what's unique. Find the baseline of it. And so people had asked me, they said, listen, I want you to set up my studio. And after a while, you start to realize you're asking me to do my studio for you. That's not going to work. You have to dig in and find out, like an interior designer for audio and video. If there was an interior designer for audio and video, my thing would be find out, what do you want to do? What do you talk about? Are you a silly person? If you're always doing something with your hands or something, then this is when you do stuff like this, because you're always showing stuff. You don't just go and grab and put a camera in the air. Look at this. You don't just grab and throw a camera over top your head to say, oh, I'm going to go to my overhead camera. Okay, for what? Like, what? What's on your desk that you're doing for the overhead camera? Like, what are you showing on the desk? Like, technically, like, are you showing me how to put something together? Or you just popping it off to say, okay, I'm gonna open the box. Well, open the box, pull it out the box, and show me like this. Okay. But if you're really into angles and stuff, then you do it for a reason. Okay. Rich, I got you. It would be flexing. It's flexing for people that don't have a purpose. But when you have a purpose, it's not flexing. It's kind of like, yo, this is built around who I am and what I do. So like me with biking, I'm actually going to do a setup in the garage with a slider with cycling, because I'm trying to encourage people with their health. And so if I'm gonna encourage you with your health, I got to let you more in the space so you can see what's going on. You can see what's actually happening. Okay. And so when you can see what's happening, I'm trying to give you more angles on getting the picture of it to encourage. Get what I'm saying? If I'm hot in the mic all the time, most people wouldn't want to do the mic thing, because you don't really see the mic, you just hear it. And so there's a lot about how people hear by what they see. And so this is the reason why you do this stuff, to encourage and help people. Okay. Got you. All right. So I need new glasses. No, you don't need new glasses. So listen, the trick that I was hot and I never really told people, and I'm going to tell this trick. This is just straightforward. I give up the tape. These glasses that I have on, they don't have lenses in them. Keith Pelzer does not have lenses in his glasses. And the reason I did that was because I just hated the glass glare on everything. I'll show you what happens if I put glasses on with the lenses in them. So here's a pair of glasses with the lenses in them. Now you see a lot of the reflection and feedback. So what I would have to do is literally keep my head balanced right here so that you don't see the reflection in the glasses. Let me pull it closer so you can see. Notice, because that's the way I have the light set up, but I would always have to keep my head dipped a certain way so that you don't see it. I do have the light set up where it's not that bad, where you don't really see the reflection, but I pretty much, just because I don't need the glasses and I like to have the glasses on my face, I like to do it with the microphone so you see it. And look, here's a speaking trick for people that have messages and you try to get messages across and you want to talk to people. And I love this because people are like, oh, I'm going to do a podcast. And their podcast is all about, we're going to talk about, the right way to carve pumpkins because people don't do pumpkins right and this, that, and the third. And they just believe that I just get a dope mic, a dope camera, and just pop on it's like, yo, what's the character and everything you putting into it to really get that message across? It actually matters. Okay, it actually matters. So yeah, Rich, I hear you, man. And thank you. Back us, okay, KI. Yeah, I was trying to drop gems. And shout out to Devin, who had this super rig. Devin, join the LGL community. You need to get in there with us. Rich, you need to send him a link, man. Devin is like a beast with the cameras and all of that stuff, okay? Culture Punch, sign off. I got you. No, not a problem. I'll check you out, man. Make sure I'm subscribed onto you. I think I am already. And catch up. So the glasses are a part of the brand. Come on, Tommy. That's what I'm talking about. The glasses are a part of the brand, okay? It's intentional. Come on, people. It's intentional. And so I wear the white. So look, if I was doing the orange mic, then I would put these glasses on right here. I would switch them up, and I would have these glasses on here. And if I had the Convos, okay, I don't have this mic on. I have to turn that one on. I can turn that one on. Now, case in point, I got all these mics set up so that I can switch to them in the switcher and just go to them. So let's go to the orange microphone. Rich, you gonna say I'm flexing? It's not about flexing. I'm just doing this on purpose. Okay, now that would be the shift if we wanted to use the orange microphone. Now I don't know if you can hear the difference, but I actually got these flipped. You should probably hear some hissing if you listen to me on headphones, because I have a different preamp and I got the compressor in front of the EQ. And so I actually tweaked that yellow mic today and I like the sound of it a lot better. Okay, it had to warm up. Okay, it got warmed up. The Soyuz got warmed up, so it changed. But you're right. The glasses are a part of the aesthetics and it's a part of the brand. So let's go back to this yellow mic because I don't like the way. Wait a minute. Come on. I don't like the way this sounds. Okay, off. Okay, yeah, I don't like the way that one sounds. I did work on this yellow mic, and so I'm going to stick with this yellow mic for now. Bishop Oliver, what is going on, sir? I appreciate you, man. You say I inspired your growth. Thank you, man. Devin, I appreciate you. All right. Is your lens 24 millimeter? Good question. That is a 24 millimeter lens. And so this lens on here, I'll show you what it is. It is the Sigma. Get out of here. Microphone's in the way. It's the Sigma 24 70 lens on here. When I say it's like one of the best lenses around, I actually love this Lord Sarbrook. Now, I want to ask you a question while we're live. I want to ask you a question. Are you a cyclist? Because that picture right there, you got the TT bike rider, and I cycle. So I'm just curious if you're into cycling. If so, let me know what your Strava handle is. I want to follow you on there. I love my biker peoples, okay? Everybody that cycles, you know how we roll. I want to follow you, okay? Keep me inspired. If you're on Zwift, let me know. I'll catch you up on the Zwift, all right? So there's the get in there. Yeah, Devin, come on, man. You got to get in the LGL community. I think you'll add to it. So Devin is my homie because game recognizes game. We happen to be unfortunately, it was at Paris's talk event, Zach. And what happened was Devin's in there, and there he is with his camera, and he's looking at me. I'm looking at him with the camera. It's like, oh, what you got there? And we're looking at each other. Cameras is like, oh, you got the sick. Oh, game recognized game, my dude. But that piece that you got on that YouTube page now, buddy, that's some nice equipment I see you got there, bro. Okay. So wait, you using a Soyuz inline preamp? Yes, sir. So generic mic. Let me tell you, there's a Soyuz on the desk right now as we speak. Okay, actually, 2 Soyuz boxes. Okay, the jib stopped moving, so I'll get it on the jib. Why did the jib stop moving? Okay, I think the jib stopped moving because the battery went out. Did the battery go out? All right, my battery went out on the jib, so I just got to change that. So forget that camera. But yes, I got the 2 Soyuz boxes. Okay. Those boxes are what, $199? that actually adds the warmth to the mic. I promise you. If anybody is using the Blue Cloud Lifter, if you want to go to the next level, if you will, I would definitely say get a Soyez. Okay. There's a discount link. Just stick with me on it and I'll try to help. But here, I'll just turn this camera around so you can see it. There it is. The Soyez box, man. You definitely want one of those. That's what's between the microphone and the audio system. So that Soyez box definitely is what you want. Tommy, so 2470, absolutely. So where you parked on the focal length, 24 or where? I'm all the way at the 20. I'm at 24 because it's all the way out. Okay, so this will be in. And, ooh, goodness, yeah. So that'll be 70. That's 70 in. But let me back it out. And we're back at, boom. That is at the 24. So we're at 24 now. It's on the A7C full frame. The other cameras are all APS-C, so only one full frame. And this is this one. The funny thing is, this is actually my favorite lens right here. That's an A6100 with a 30 millimeter lens on it, but it's actually my favorite. I just don't use it all the time because if I'm on somebody else's live, I'll use it and just sit here because I like the angle and the cleanliness of it. Okay, but this is what I use most often, but it's not my favorite. So I hope that answers the question. So just what I needed. What's up, KP? Dr. Elo, what's going on, bro? So wait a minute. I don't cycle. I created spec art. Okay, I created a spec art series to represent, okay, Caribbean nations in the 2016 Olympics. Wow, dude, that is a great picture of cyclists. I'd love to see the whole picture. It is dope. I just really thought you were like a cyclist, man. Tony, what's going on, Tony? My man. Tony, you got that good, like, you be scary, man. You got that good OG sound, like, you know, like with some Robert De Niro type vibe, you know? Love it, man. Tony, my man. So is anybody sponsoring the stream? This can't be free game. Where's the Cash App link? Nah, this is not sponsored, man. I was really just jumping on, having fun, and that turned into, that just turned into something else. That just turned into Sneaker Preach, into talking about, you know, being on a bike, weather, dealing with, you know, people, stress. And then we just got into tech talk. And so, Devin, I'm glad you asked that question, because really what it turns into is we can only be ourselves, and trying to be like everybody else is not going to work. So I just had to do me. And I'm like, I've been missing MIA in a sense. So I just wanted to be on and just catch up with the people. So what do we got here, Tommy? Said we use, let me see if my buttons are working right. Okay, there we go. Buttons are working. Okay, good. See, I use the 30 millimeter Sigma as well on the 6100. My man, that's what I'm talking about, Tommy. My 16 millimeter is a little too wide for my distance from the chair to camera distance. You hit it on the money. See, this is what happens when you connect with people and you find somebody like yourself. You hit it on the money. So let's go to this. So look at this here. When you look at the distance, that the 6100 is there. There's a 30 millimeter on there and goes here. It's amazing how many people will say, well, you know, when someone asks, what should I get? They go straight to get a 16 millimeter because that's what everybody is saying. You know, whatever the latest camera is, that's what everybody's saying. Okay, got it. And in the words of Doc Rock, I appreciate my brother, and he's right. At this point, we'll kind of say get a ZV-E10. It is one of the best cameras for live streaming. It'll answer all your questions immediately, unless you know specifically why you would get an A7C, because you're hanging out with Devin Taylor, you know what I'm saying? Or you're going different places and you do streaming and you do something else and you do photography at night and you're trying to shoot the moon and all of that stuff. that's why you get a more upgraded camera, something like that. If you just say I'm just go streaming, I like to take pictures, a little bit of videos and stuff, I would recommend a ZV-E10. That baby is over there. But that 30 millimeter, I love the shot from there to here because it kind of tightens in here. It puts me into focus. Whereas a 16 millimeter, which is actually on the other desk, if I can find that. Did I go to it and hit it? I think I did. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna just punch it real quick. That's this guy over here. So that's a 16 millimeter to give a whole wide shot of the room. If I were to put a 30 millimeter on there, it would squeeze it in a little bit. But I, pretty much just believe that it'll just be best if you do a 30 millimeter on this one over here. And so you're absolutely right. It's an A6100 30 millimeter. It works fine. That was actually my starter piece, and it's been working ever since. I ended up getting the A66, put it on the desk, but then when I finally got a full frame, I realized I like the look of this sitting here. Okay, now totally understand, right? So wait a second. Are you saying you do not have orange specs for the orange mic? I don't. I have not found orange specs yet. And so the only thing I can think of is dipping some glasses in orange. That's all I can think of is dipping them in orange. Because I don't, I don't have them. So here's what I want to do, people. I want to get back into bringing people on live with me. So for my YouTubers out there, I want to connect with some folks. Okay, DJ Strick. I saw you in the column, DJ Strick. I will be on DJ Strick's live. What am I doing here? I hit the wrong button. I will be on DJ Strick's live. Zach will be on here. Oh, listen. That right there is so yeah, I got to get somebody in the other space to keep it going. So there's times when I'm gonna get on here and just ramble and talk, but then there's other times when yes, I want to be on here with somebody and chop it up. And so I want to, start chopping it up with the folks again. And that's what's going to happen in December. So, Zach, we got to chop it up and get this Philly culture popping off and keep it going. So, Diana, yes, Mosifus is still on here. Still on here. There's your buddy, Diana. Zach Williams, who you led down the Cannon stream. you let him to Cannon land. I'm on my way to the Cannon land. You led him to the Cannon land, but now he's jumping in Team Sony now. He's jumping in Team Sony. Amen. Diana is the best in the game. My girl, I love her. She knows that. So Easy get Oakley frog skins. They got some orange pairs. I have a 30th anniversary pair. Generic Mike. We are boys already. I am going to look for it. I'm going to look for the orange. I need orange glasses to match the orange mic. Yes, I can't be without it. James Riley, what's going on, West Side? I see you there. Strick, stream show Sunday night at 6 p.m. There it is. You can always jump on the stream show and see DJ Strick. The stream show is always lit, people. DJ Strick does it so much better than I can do it. He has a better voice. He has better eye contact with the camera. He's my dude. Okay. I've been delivered. Yes, she's amazing. Zach, you missed a lot of it, but yeah, we did start off, and everybody who doesn't know, my boy Zach is in the column. He just did a wonderful recording of which I actually did not. And I apologize. He had me in VIP and I did not get good pictures of him. Got good pictures of everybody but him. Tommy, my man, that's what I'm talking about. I got to get some vintage glasses. So Biz and Riz there. But this recording, one of the best. There's your picture, Zach. There it is, everybody. Zach Williams in the house. You can't see his face, but I think you got a better look at his face in the column. But that is Zach Williams right there. And there's Zach in the background. He just bokeh. Everybody, if you can look right over in this section over here, Zach is bokeh over here. That is actually Zach. He's got his hands up, and he's actually lifting his hands and directing the choir. Okay, and it is a picture of a bass and a bass player, but there is a picture of Zach right there. Okay, everybody, Zach Williams. Let's give it up for Zach Williams once again. Zach Williams. I love you, man. Look, there's Zach. Zach, there you are, right there. I got you, Zach, right there. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, the man who got me in for free in VIP, takes care of his boy. Yeah, I got Zach in here somewhere. Where's Zach at? I got Zach. I'm trying to find it. I almost got it. Zach is somewhere in here. Not quite. Nope, not in that one. Not in that one. It's coming. Here it comes. Zach Williams, ladies and gentlemen, is hold on. I'm finding it. There he is. There's Zach. I love you, bro. Zach, we're going live this week. We're gonna talk about this. He said, Tommy, you said he's in Boca Land. Zach is one of the best that ever did it, man. My dude, Zach. I apologize, Zach. Listen, you know what? I may have to just play your video on the way out, okay? So that we get a better look, so people know exactly who Zach Williams is. All right, people, I gotta end this live. I'm gonna end it. If you have anything you want me to talk about specific, I'll be glad to do it. Culture, I'll get these names right. But my man Culture was on here, and we were talking about audio. I will go through that and show these pieces of audio stuff on here and how to get our mics right. Diana Gladney, if you have a Rodecaster Pro or something, she's in the comment section. She should still be in there. If she's not, Diana Gladney is a wonderful person. Go to her page, and I promise you, if you're trying to get setups and you like what you see here, I like to shout out the people that are doing it. My boy Tom Buck, Doc Rock, Sean Doc Rock. Just type in Doc Rock, you'll find it. If you don't have streaming gear, I totally recommend Ecamm. Ecamm is like one of the best. It makes sense. You can try Restream, you can try StreamYard, a whole bunch of things, and they're good. However, I don't mind like not hating on everybody else, but I'm gonna give you the why this will work for you. I'm not even punching the buttons and stuff that I really could be using, because I just didn't feel like it tonight. But I'm just using the Stream Deck, and you know, when I get on later on this week with guests and stuff, I'll be putting the guests in here, these overlays and stuff. You just sit there and I make them right in Ecamm. Okay. Pictures like this, I'll have the other people's up in these things right here. You can have words and stuff go across the screen. You put two people in here, so when me and Diana are on here, you know, I can see the columns and the comments, and then, you know, have one person here, another person there. When Brandon Young will finally come on with me, or either come over here and jump on and I get him talking and maybe pull out the keyboard and have him play as well. We'll, you know, I can show you how to do all of that. And that is in Ecamm, people. You can put 3 people in here. Okay. Let's see if I get that working. Let's switch to that. So you can put 3 people on here and have your comment section and stuff over here going. So yeah, we'll talk about that stuff, how I did this overlay. So there's this picture here. Remember I said people technically sometimes hear about what they see. And so these little tricks and stuff, subliminal things. But then I also discussed, don't get carried away with it, because then you'll never know how to go live, or you get like me and you go on hiatus because you're too worried about doing all the stuff that you don't need to do, when you can just have a conversation. And once again, shout out to my boy Nick Nemeth, who I watched him earlier, and he was in a zone like this. And I'll show you. It was basically like this. It's a technique that I use on Sundays for sermons when I do go live. But I'm trying to get back in the building. I got to set the church up for it. But what he did is, I don't know what he's using, but I just use Ecamm and Cam Links. And It'll just switch the cameras automatically, so I can keep my hands right here. I can talk and have the conversation with you while the music is playing in the background, and then the cameras will just switch, okay? Because you're telling a story. So this is like evolved broadcast. Yeah, it's evolved. Is it? Yeah, I think you mean evolved. And so yes, we did go to an evolve, and it all comes back to a conversation. Absolutely. You can't get away from the conversation. That's what happened. My lights went off over here. Look at that, people. See that? These darn lights went off. I knew something was wrong because they went off. Okay. All right, I'm done. I'm done rambling for the night because I can just go on and on forever. Thank you, Diana, for reminding me that the woman upstairs will probably, tell me it's time to go to bed. Okay. Don't forget, softbox lights or your lighting really matters. It's not so much about the camera as much as it is the lights as well. Okay, the lights. See, Brandon, you are a freaking genius. That's why I gotta get you in here. You are a genius. So if Eve in the Bible had a navel, what umbilical cord did it get cut from? That's a good question, right? So it's if she had a navel. So let's just say she didn't have one. I like that one. Devin, see, we got to get the pros on here. Devin, when you're in Phoenixville, come on up and we can jump on and have some fun and talk about it. I really thought people were tired of lives, and I was like, I don't have nothing to talk about. But trust me, there's a lot to talk about. Somebody did ask me a question that I want to help with. That's what's wrong. This camera, I hit the wrong button. Wait a minute. Hang on one second. I want to make sure. Okay, no. The love camera, that's a love camera. Okay, that's a desk camera. I'm just resetting these, y'all, because I was trying to show examples and whatnot. So here's the thing. Let me go back to this so I can make the example. So this is the LP arm. If you land on my page, I did a whole thing on the LP arm. I think it's one of the best arms to use. But there's a reason why you would still want this arm here, because it does sit up off the desk and out of the way. To answer a question, and I'll repurpose this later. So this actually floats over my audio box on the desk. It floats over it so it doesn't hit it. The way I use my camera over here, I'll swing this arm out around here so it doesn't crash into this slider. You can reposition this and move it up and down, swing the mic out that way or whatever, but it doesn't get in the way of my pad here. I don't need this guy here. It doesn't get in the way of the pad, and it's cool for if I have to bring the keyboard out and I have to sit back and somebody's recording the keyboard, they can sit back here and the mic floats over top of it. It never gets in the way. So that's why I like the LP arm. This one up here, it actually gets in the way of the light sometimes, depending on the way I got to point it on the client. This arm can get in the way, and I only have this arm for people that they don't want the mic in the shot. And so I'll take this and turn the mic up this way so it floats over top of here. So, you don't actually have the mic in the shot. So that this microphone over here will be up top so you can't see it. But I just think it just makes more sense to, talk right in here. That keyboard desk is ministry. So, Brandon, that is on, what is it called? Is it Splice? The people who make Splice Output. So it's an output desk. And I just put risers on the bottom. I put some feet on it to make it more of a high chair level. But the fact that you can just bring that keyboard out under the bottom is priceless. Okay. Let me see if I can get him to open up a little bit. Oh, I got it all the way swung out. So here it is underneath. So you can see it, Brand. Get over here. Okay. So the keyboard sits underneath here, and you just yank them out and play it. There's an example of that with Tamika playing on it. I had Tamika play on this I Am Waiting. That's the song that she did. So shout out to her with that single. Brandon, I think you worked on that. You worked on her album, so you do everything. But the I Am Waiting song, that's what she did over here on that keyboard. So I have my own. I had my own on them for a long time. Good. That's the output desk. Yes. Okay, Output Desk is like I love it. But I got it for streaming. I really didn't even get it for music and production. I got it for streaming, and so it just actually works. And I just needed something with a keyboard tray, so I just threw it in there. All right. Wow, is it really just still 18 people in here? People, y'all can just tell me to shut up. I'm gonna go off and talk about something that makes sense tomorrow. Okay. I'm actually done. Pictures. I just love taking pictures, people. I just gotta say, I love taking pictures, and I like catching what photographers don't really, what they're not hired to do. Like some photographers are hired to take a photo shoot, to take great pictures. I believe in capturing moments, and so that's my angle. I don't get in the way of the photographer. I just catch moments, and to me, moments, they matter as much as, respectfully, the job of the photographer. And so in moments, these are moments. I caught Brandon. Oh, wait a minute. Y'all gonna like this. I got a picture of Brandon and I got a picture of Zach, and I call it In the Moment. And so it wasn't that, but I did get a picture of Zach and Brandon in the moment. Stephen Parker, ladies and gentlemen, right here. Wonderful shot of doing some work. Devin, you would like this. Another contraption like what you had, some big boy stuff. There he is working, getting it in. There we are at the Met. Now, let me see. Got to just double check, make sure I don't take wrong pictures. Willie Phillips, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all remember Willie Phillips? Wonderful picture here. And that's when I didn't really know what I was doing. See, I had the wrong lens here. So, I had the wrong lens. So, I kind of messed up here. So, all these shots were blurry. They're just bad. There's Edward Buster Fields in the group. That was just bad pictures there. Yeah, Devin, you see how bad my pictures were. I mean, I know we're shooting over the internet, but I had the wrong lens, didn't have the right reach. So, everything is kind of pixelated. And, yeah, it was bad. They had the right stuff. I had the wrong stuff. See, they had the right stuff. I had the wrong stuff. And here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the best pictures for the night. And this is Zach. And he says this: yes, Keith Pelzer had VIP and was allowed to take pictures. Why he doesn't have a good picture, why he doesn't have any good pictures of me, that is under investigation. Brandon, I knew you would appreciate that. Man, I love Zach so much, man. He's one big understanding brother. And once again, to this wonderful praise team, they were on fire. Okay? Fire. Like you're fire. James, what you still doing here? James, I'm gonna find your video. Look, I got good blurry picture of Zach and Brandon. Look at that. Mic right in front of his face, headphones on. Wonderful picture of Zach right here. Another wonderful picture of Zach and Brandon. Look at that. Good quality shot. Psych. Sorry, y'all. Look, every picture I took that night was terrible. Look at these pictures. Bad. Look, got Brandon walking off. I got bad pictures, man. Devin, if I worked for you, you would have fired me. Okay, you said they still tell a great story. Thank you, sir. Thank you for encouraging an amateur. I hope they tell the story, because these were look at this. I was trying, bro. I was trying, and I just couldn't get the shot right. So the thing is, case in point, if at first you don't succeed, this is my cousin Kenyon, just bad. Look at that. If at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. Try again. That's it. Blurry everything. June, blurry. Everybody blurry. Look, Michi, terrible shot. Okay. Michi was able to fit in the lens, though. I didn't need a wide lens or a tall lens for Michi. Let me stop. I'm sorry. That wasn't fair. All right, people. I'm done. I know y'all tired of me. Who's still up, man? Y'all still up? What are we talking about? Y'all be careful out here up in these streets. If you don't believe in vaccination, make sure you keep your mask on. If you do, get vaccinated. We ready for boosters right about now. We trying to get back to some kind of normalcy. Let's do the best we can. I'll be back on this week, y'all. I'm not going to disappear. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. And to everybody on the YouTube side that helped me out, thank you so much. I'm going to get some orange glasses so I can match them up with the orange mic. And I may consider wrapping some SM7B mics for people. I got to do Irvin Fryers first if I do anybody's, because he'll be mad with me because he wants to wrap a purple SM7B mic. Okay. Let me see. In your defense, the lighting changing so sudden interfere with some great photo ops too. Thank you. I needed that. Which mic? You talking about this mic here? Listen, that ain't nothing but a little rap. Throw a little rap on the mic and a little shine to get it right for the live. Match the glasses. It does it. Ain't nothing but an SM7B. You know how they said in Coming to America, they ain't nothing but little Jerry curl juice. That's all. That ain't nothing but little Jerry curl juice. That's all it is. It's nothing else. Nothing more, nothing less. Just little Jerry curl. I got to show y'all this picture that I took of my wife. I think is so fire, right? Now, Brandon, I'm going to see if you like this. Devin, photographers. Boom. There we go. Ultra perm. Exactly. So you got to see the full quality of this one. And I did this at a party. It's actually a dope picture, but you can't get the gist of it on this. You can't actually see what it's doing on here. All right, people, I'm out. It's hard to sign off, ain't it? But it's past my bedtime. It's past your bedtime. Y'all pray for me. I'll be up in the morning. Don't forget what I said about wrapping up and the base layer that matters the most, okay? This track right here that you hear underneath, this track is by Darian Brister right here. It's so fire, man. I think it is dope. Listen to Darian. Pop that joint off so dope, man. I think so. We'll leave off on, how about This Joy? Yeah, This Joy is just it. Okay, so is it Jackie Cordry? I think we'll leave off on that song. Or, I'm trying to see where my stuff is at. I wanted to leave off on something. I'm trying to find it, people. Where is it at? She has it. Let me see if this is it. There it is.
Everybody all over the
Believe
world,
on that right there.
Smile on your face.
Let's keep smiling, y'all. Just for a few minutes, we gon' talk about. I'm leaving on that one. I like it.
This joy.
I think one of the dopest songs that I was playing for my lives.
Brightens up my day.
Good way to leave off. But joy, for it's where I find strength. Shout out to Press and So. Thank y'all. Got me looking good. T-shirts. Y'all need headphones for this right here. Woo! It's on YouTube, Devin. I'm not YouTube. It's on iTunes. That's because the battery was out on that camera.
If this is your testimony, I want you to say
Say it. I'm choosing joy.
I want
Say
you to
here.
say to yourself,
I can make it.
yeah, I still have joy.
That's Spank one there. Go ahead, Spank.
Joy. I can make it.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Jackie with the cupcakes and the pen. We gotta do some music nights. I still have joy. Woo! I'm choosing joy. Y'all just say I'm choosing joy. Woo! Still have joy. I'm choosing joy. I can make. Yo, this track be getting me hype. I'm choosing joy, and I can make it.
I'm choosing joy.
Joy, I choose joy. Say I can make it. Yeah, I still have joy, and I'm choosing joy. I can make it. Woo. Y'all still here for it? Y'all still listening to this? I can make it. I don't know who's on the keys. I forgot who's on it, Brandon. But guess what? We know who's on. We know who's on this stuff right here.
Let's take it back old school. G, let's go. Say that's what he is. Come on.
That's what he is to me.
G.
Jehovah Jireh.
Salute to my brother,
Provider.
Jermaine Walker. Help me come up with
What
this.
he is to me. Jehovah Jireh.
Salute to my brother,
Provider.
Dwayne Moore's on the bass.
That's what he is to me.
See? There's Zach, y'all. There's a picture of Zach. Y'all see him?
Salute
Zachary
to
Graham.
Professor Kevin Pringle.
Zachary Williams, ladies and gentlemen.
Philly history, y'all. Come on.
Zach, ladies and gentlemen.
That's what he is.
That's what he is to me.
Take it up, G.
Jehovah Jireh, my provider.
Say that's what he is.
That's what he is to me.
G.
Jehovah Jireh,
That's it.
provider.
I know y'all grooving out there. That's what he is. Come on.
That's what he is to me.
Come on, EK, I'm gonna sing with everybody.
Jehovah Jireh, my provider.
That's what he is.
That's what he is to me.
Jehovah.
Jehovah Jireh, my provider.
Come
See,
on.
I'm
That's
rocking with
what
Zach,
he
y'all.
is.
That's what he is to me.
G.
Jehovah Jireh,
See y'all, I'm rocking with Zach.
Shout out to my brother Aaron Drake. Another Philly legend. G.
Jehovah Jireh.
See that angel, I'm rocking with Zach.
Come on. That's what he is. Tell me.
That's what he is to me.
Turn it up, G.
Jehovah Jireh, my provider.
That's what he is. Come on.
That's what he is to me.
G.
Come on, Drake.
Jehovah Jireh, my provider.
That's what he is.
That's what he is to me.
Jehovah.
Jehovah Jireh, my provider.
I mean, that's what he is.
That's what he is to me.
Jehovah.
Jehovah Jireh, my provider.
Come on, say that's what he is to me.
That's what he is
Tanya with the glasses.
That's what